Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty wild. It's a philosophy that says we need to get rid of the traditional family completely. It comes from this text called The 800 Ideals for a New Era of Humanity, and believe me, it's a total rethink of how we live, starting right at home.
So let that sink in for a second. Marriage is a deception. The traditional family is the abyss of human suffering. Wow, that's not just a gentle suggestion, right? That's a full-on attack on the very foundation of society as we know it. So you have to ask, how on earth do you get to a conclusion like that?
Well, to even begin to understand this, you've got to throw out everything you think you know about society and just look inward. See, this whole philosophy, it's built from the inside out. It all starts with the individual soul. It's less about what you do and way more about what you feel. All right, so let's get into the first part of this whole thing, a brand new moral compass. And when I say new, I mean it. We're talking about a world of black and white, where your inner feelings, your virtues, and your vices are literally what define your reality. Okay, look at this. This is where it gets really interesting. This isn't your typical feelings come and go kind of thinking. No, here, jealousy isn't just a temporary emotion. It means you have an ugly soul, period. And gratitude, it's not just a nice feeling. It's a force, something that can literally elevate your life. Everything is absolute. And the stakes, they could not be higher. We're talking about a direct line from these inner feelings to, well, your eternal fate. Selfishness isn't just a bad habit, it's the source of all troubles. And selflessness, that's your literal passport to heaven. There's no gray area here, at all. And just listen to the language here. These negative feelings aren't just feelings. They're described as poisons, cancers, illnesses. These are powerful, visceral words. The whole point is to make you feel how toxic these things are, even though, they're pretty common human emotions for most of us. So, okay, if all these internal things, selfishness, jealousy, greed, are so incredibly destructive, then next logical question is, where do they come from? They have to start somewhere, right? The philosophy has to find an external cause. And this is where we get to the core of it, the most shocking, controversial claim in the entire text. The focus shifts from what's inside you to the world around you, and it points a finger at one single institution, blaming it for, well, everything. Yup, there it is, the family. According to this worldview, family isn't about love or support. It's a prison, a chain. It's the thing that creates all that selfishness and greed we were just talking about. The family is the problem. And to really drive this point home, the text does something clever. It takes this common Buddhist idea, the sea of suffering, which usually just means, life is hard, and it totally redefines it. In this philosophy, the sea of suffering isn't a metaphor. It's literally marriage and family. So if you're in a family, you're drowning. And this is a really crucial point. The argument is that the problem isn't the people themselves. It's not about your mom or your brother. The text claims the structure of the family itself has a kind of spiritual virus. It infects everyone inside it no matter how good their intentions are, and just inevitably leads to conflict. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The idea is that the system of marriage and family is so fundamentally broken, so corrupting that it can take the best person you could imagine, an angel, and it will always turn them into a devil, no exceptions. Okay, so if you're going to tear down the single biggest institution in human society, you'd better have a plan for what comes next, right? If the family is a prison, what does freedom look like? What's the alternative? And that brings us to the solution, the life oasis. This isn't just some fuzzy utopian dream. It's a detailed blueprint for a brand new way of living, a communal society designed to be the cure for what the text calls the disease of family. So what's the sales pitch for this life oasis? Well, it's pretty ambitious. It promises to take care of all your basic needs, food, healthcare, you name it. But it goes way beyond that. It's supposed to free you from all that family stress and loneliness. And get this, it even claims the group's collective energy can help you achieve enlightenment. It's the whole package. So, what are the rules of this place? Well, they're designed to completely stamp out selfishness. That means no private property. Everything belongs to everyone. No marriage, no family units. Relationships are just fluid, described as being like siblings or lovers. The only thing that's truly yours is your own private bedroom. I mean, it's a radical departure from anything most of us have ever known.
And hey, this isn't just a thought experiment. There's an actual process for joining. First, you have to study the philosophy. Then you spend 6 months interacting with their online community. And only then, if you're still in and you're free of worldly ties, which is a big if, can you apply to join.
Now, this next part is key. The text doesn't see the life oasis as just, one alternative lifestyle choice among many. Nope. It presents this as the inevitable next step for all of humanity. This is where we're all headed, according to them.
The way they frame it is pretty interesting. It's all about historical progress. Think of it like this. The traditional family is like a little old-fashioned workshop, and the life oasis is the shiny, efficient, modern assembly line. In their eyes, it's not a question of if it will take over, but when.
And this is what really raises the stakes. According to this text, a shocking 98% of us aren't actually free. We're just actors following a pre-written script, get married, have a family, etc. The only escape, the only way to get off script is what they call abnormal thinking. You have to consciously choose this totally different way of life. So really, it all boils down to this one core idea. According to this text, you can't find real freedom or enlightenment by yourself. It's just not possible. The only way to get there is to completely dissolve your own identity into this new collective life. So, in the end, this philosophy gives us a pretty stark choice, doesn't it? It's an all-or-nothing proposition. You have the prison of the world we know versus the supposed utopia of a world completely reimagined. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? To achieve that perfect utopia, must we abandon everything that makes us who we are?